backfield, catches it for a touchdown.
Would you
That's
look
going to
at
count
that?
at Evergreen.
Would you look at that?
Cool with the big three. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice. Hey, we want to welcome you here to Heritage High School, where we have the boys' games. We've got the Heritage Timberwolves going against the Battleground Tigers. I'm Ron Lawrence, Ryan Vassbinder, ZPS Sports, and we're glad to have you guys join us tonight. This is the first game that we've done here in 2019 for the basketball season, the beginning of conference play for the Greater St. Helens 4A league out here. So, Ryan, let's talk a little bit as they go through the starting lineups here about a little bit about both these teams and what we might be seeing.
Yeah, we'll definitely start with Battleground. They started the season off well. Currently, they're on a 2-game losing streak, but they're sitting 9-5 for the season. So, I'm sorry, they're sitting 9-5 for the season. So, they've come out to a hot start. They're looking to go ahead and get their first win in conference and league play as they're sitting 0-2, and so I think they have a really good opportunity here at Heritage tonight. On the Heritage side, they've had a little bit rougher of a season. They're sitting 5-9 overall, and they've lost their last 8. Yeah. So, the Heritage came out, they had a strong season. They were 5-1 to start out, but then they've lost 8 straight. So, they're looking to put the best foot forward and turn their season around and get their first league win as well. I think we can see a dogfight tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It looks like last time Heritage had a win was back in December 7th, it looks like. And I'm just kind of looking at the as we look through the roster here. There's definitely a height advantage here for Battleground. So Heritage is definitely going to have to be that scrappy team that's going to be moving a lot, and we'll see what kind of offense they bring. We haven't seen these guys yet, so it's hard to speculate, exactly what's going on. There's a lot of athletic-looking kids, I could tell by just watching the warm-up, so we'll just kind of see how this goes on here.
Yeah, I'll tell you, for those of you who aren't here, it's Burton Reynolds night here at Heritage High School, so, maybe the T-Wolves will gain some motivation from the stash.
There you go. Right there in the jump ball, we got Caden Perry going against Keeler Struthers. Battleground starts it off quick, drops it right in the middle, and there's a bucket right now from Caden Perry. Caden Perry, just to let you know, is leading the team right now and is in the top 25 for scoring at averaging about 16 points a game. Padley trying to get that ball inside, fouled by Vincent McCormick. Going to have that ball taken down underneath. Dropped it right in the paint. Nice little popper. Unable to get that one to work. Rebound brought down by Perry. McCormick now point guard here for the team. Looking for somebody. Finds Caden right. Flushes it right away. Letting his presence be known there is Caden Perry on the dunk. And is going to get the foul. Keeler Struthers there trying to make that stop. Brown now backs everybody out. Struthers back to Brown. Brown looking to get that ball into the paint. Kicks it back to the top of the key for the three. And that's going to go in. Connor Childs there for the down shot. Perry now drop step, and he's going to take it strong to the basket for another 2. 6 points already. Brown now looking to find someplace. Padley looks at the three, thinks better against it, kicks it back out to the far side, and we've got an in and an out. They're going to get it back. They're going to try another deep three, and that's going to be off the front of the rim. Perry with the rebound. Struthers is going to have a tough job tonight trying to cover the 6'9" Caden Perry. Nice little jumper there by Mills Paul. Capone Johnson now has the ball at the top of the key. Tries to bring it all the way across. Going to get blocked there by Hunter Holiday. Nice dunk. Flies through the key there is Caden Perry. Perry with 8 of the 10 points by Battleground. I tell you what, Ryan, got a high wire act here, don't we?
We certainly do. We've got 2 dunks and 8 points from Caden Perry so far, and we've been playing for 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
I tell you what, the confidence in the way he is just all over the floor there. Who is Struthers is the man that has the responsibility of trying to keep him in check tonight, and I tell you what, that's going to be a job.
You know, and it certainly is, and he's going to have to step up and try to take a few charges to slow this young man down.
Yeah, he sure is. He sure is. Jared Padley takes the ball in. Capone Johnson brings the ball across mid-strike. Brown now over to Childs. Childs for the elbow is going to be off the mark. McCormick brings the ball up, looking for his man down in the corner. Mills Paul gets that ball back out to McCormick. McCormick resets the offense. Mills Paul now looking for somebody to get that ball into. Drops it down to Perry. Perry kicks it back out. Nice defense there. So they've got a heavier man there on Perry. Perry kicks that out. Defense now has gotten a little stiffer. Number 12 there, the top of the key for Battleground. Beal, unable to make that. There's it in the corner. That's going to be off the mark. McCormick now brings the ball up the floor. Hunter Holiday. Tell you what, they brought in a new guy to get on him, and that's going to be number 32, Kevin Kenty. Much bigger man. Ball back up top. They're going to get Johnson for the travel. It's his first turnover. Mills Paul brings the ball up the floor. Perry asking for it right there at the elbow. Mills Paul for the 3. It's going to be in and out. Rebound by Heritage. Brown gives it to Padley. Padley back to Johnson. Johnson pulls up at the elbow. Tries to get that off the glass. Going to get rejected by Caden Perry, I'm sorry. And Perry making his presence known down there in the key.
He certainly has. I mean, with 8 points and 2 blocks so far tonight. It's going to be a big night for that young man.
Yes, it does. Padley decides he's going to take this one all the way. Double clutches it. Perry makes him change his shot. Perry now between the legs, and he's going to get that one picked by Johnson. Speed all the way down. Johnson's going to go coast to coast and is going to pick up the foul on that one. We'll draw the foul there. Keandre Hunter Holiday picks up that foul. It's going to be off the front end there for Johnson. And Johnson misses both of them, but a nice putback. But 32 is going to pick up the foul there on the push, trying to get leverage on that rebound. So the bucket doesn't count, and it is still 10. McCormick brings the ball up the floor. Beal finds Perry. Perry goes up, and he is going to get the foul there. Kevin Kenty is going to get called. That's his second foul. So Caden Perry back at the line. Kenty will come out of the game. Struthers back in. Second one off the mark. Padley gets the rebound, brings that up the floor. Takes it down in the corner. Childs there takes the ball out. Johnson back in the corner there, and that's going to Perry with the rebound. McCormick trying to find Perry down at the bottom, decides to pull up the three. It's going to be off the front of the Padley picks up the rebound. Here comes Heritage direction. Down in the corner there is Childs. Back out to Padley. Padley takes it to the inside, kicks it out. Johnson now takes it to the outside. Nice little floater. That's going to be off. Caden Perry with another rebound. Perry now sets up the screen. Trying to get that down to him. And we got a turnover here by Battleground. Padley now brings the ball up. Padley takes it into the rim. Nice little take. Kind of an offensive screen there by Capone Johnson to keep Caden out of it. Caden picked by Johnson. Padley makes the fake. He pulls up the three. It's going to be off the mark. Mills Paul brings the ball up the floor. Positions himself down at the lower box. Mills Paul back at the top, starts the offense over. Gets that ball in, he's going to give it back. Now down in the corner. All the way across is going to be Keandre, and that is going to be off. Fall away jumper, but a nice little offensive rebound. It's going to go back up. This time Heritage comes down with it. And Childs with the big. McCormick to Beal. Beal to Hunter Holiday. Back to McCormick. McCormick's going to take this one himself. Nice little double clutch, and he gets that one to roll over the front of the rim. Heritage can actually wait for one more shot. The shot, the clock, and the game clock right there with each other. They will set up for the one shot here as the first quarter. Padley now looks to take that and then puts it there. And Perry, as he's done the entire first quarter, makes him miss that shot. 13-7 is the score here. The whole story is Caden Perry, who has got 85% of the points here. 2 block shots, 2 dunks. It's been his game so far.
It has been a show.
Yeah, it has. It definitely has been a show. I would have to say here that the conversation for Heritage is definitely get physical with this young man. I mean, you know, push him around. They tried to get a body out there, you know, and maybe they brought Kenty out there just to get fouls, you know, and just kind of beat him up, rough him up, get him tired, you know, just kind of keep him from being comfortable out there. Because I tell you what, that first 2 minutes, he looked very comfortable.
He really did. And I think it worked.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, after game with 2 fouls, Perry he wasn't the same.
Yeah.
He was a little bit off his game. He felt a little bit uncomfortable. You know, and we're in a 5-point game, and I think Heritage is in this. Heritage has had more shots than Battleground.
Yeah.
They've seen good looks. The ball just hasn't fallen through the net.
Yeah, it sure hasn't. It sure hasn't. So as we start of quarter number 2, David Reed actually comes now into the game. And also Colin Barton. So 2 new people come in to start the second quarter. So they'll sit down Perry, and they all sit down Millspaul. Original starters for Heritage. Battleground rebound. Beal now. And nice little defense there by Johnson. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to put it through. McCormick now brings the ball up court. Gets it down in the corner for the big 3. Going to be a miss. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's going to take it himself. Kicks it back out to the side. Turnover there by Johnson. Battleground coach, they're Manny Milo asking them to slow it down a little bit. McCormick now trying to back his man down. Kicks it back out up top, and he is going to start over again. Shot clock 16 seconds. Steps out for the screen, kind of drops it in there. Doesn't work out for him. Turnover there as Johnson gets the ball and comes back the other way. Gives it to Brown in the corner. Brown makes a nice little fake. Takes fake one and a nice little behind the rim shot there for number 14 for Battleground. For Heritage. That's going to be Xavier Petrie. Another turnover there for Heritage. Beal now looking to get that ball inside. Kicks it out over to Hunter Holiday. Holiday trying to back his man down into the paint. Kicks it to the corner. McCormick's got a good look, and he buries the 3. Capone Johnson brings the ball up the floor. Petrie now looking for Brown. Brown, nice little crossover into the paint, and he's going to take it all the way. Not able to get that one there. Good rebound there by David Reed. McCormick, nice little move to the basket. And he's right there to put his shot back, and it's missed again, but he gets the rebound. Kicks that one back out. Long 3. That one's going to be off the mark. Padley gets the rebound, kicks it out to Petrie. Petrie's going to back his man down. Nice little Euro step and gets that one in for 2 points. Battleground slows the ball down at the top of the key. Barton now they're going to get it to Reed. Reed over to McCormick. Reed now backs his man in. Drop step, tries to get that one off the glass. Gets his own rebound, put back. Good hustle points there for the Battleground guy. Capone Johnson now. Petrie at the top of the key. Padley as he tries to set the screen up. Brown now. Back to Johnson. Well, we're going to first little controversial call here. Both these teams getting a little aggressive. Number 12 for Battleground, Brendan Beal is going to get the call on him here. Beal comes out of the game. He's going to be replaced by number 21, Lucas Carlson. Brown comes out of the game for Heritage. And he's going to be replaced. Beal there tries to lower the shot, goes in. Padley unable to get that one to drop for him. Childs now kicks it back. We got the man up top for the 3. That's going to be off the mark. Caden with the big rebound. 24. Connor Childs charged with the push in the back. First personal, fourth team. The three-point is buried from there in the corner, and that's going to be Lucas Carlson. Gets the ball out. Struthers now from the three. Unable to get that one. Carlson there with the big rebound. Carlson stepped down into Perry. Perry looking for somewhere to go. Nice little power move, and he gets that ball to drop. It's going to be a time at Heritage. It'll be the short 37 variety. Well, Ryan, it looks like the game has settled down just a little bit. Gave Caden Perry a rest, kind of get his breath there. He comes back into the game, shows a nice, powerful move to the basket over two people. Bucket.
Yeah, he did. And, you know, you're right. The game has settled down. Heritage is still getting looks.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, I was surprised that, you know, just watching the flow of the game, I finally had a chance to take a look at the scoreboard. I'm surprised that it's a 13-point game, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I am too. Capone Johnson definitely hustling, scrapping, you know, trying to make things happen. Obviously, you know, the point guard, the floor general, but you know, we'll give him the responsibility of why the team has looked scrappy and looks like, you know, they're trying to get things done, because he's definitely out there trying to make some moves.
He certainly is.
Johnson has the ball, picks up from Struthers. Struthers rolls into the screen. At the top, makes the head fake, drives in there, going to get the ball blocked. Tries to make a kind of a backdoor pass. Nobody over there to pick the ball up, so that'll go down as a turnover. Mills Paul brings the ball up the floor. Caden Perry at the elbow. Going to drop into it. Going to get the ball taken from him cleanly. Struthers now muscles his way in there. Uses the defenders to kind of block his way off there and gets a nice little layup. Coast to coast defense, offense there for Struthers. Mills Paul thought about the three, thought it best against it. They're going to drop this in. Caden going to try to drop that one in there, and he's going to pick up the foul. Keeler Struthers picks up his second personal foul. That is the 5th team foul. Perry at the stripe for 2. Makes the first one. And he's got 2. Johnson pushes the ball up the floor hard. Petrie now, back to Johnson. Johnson looking to make a middle, makes the spin. Perry there to send him back outside. Nice little kick out for the 3 points. Actually, foot on the stripe, so they only gave him 2 on that one. Big look, 3 points. Johnson once again spins in, kicks it back outside to Struthers. Struthers unable to get that one in. Johnson there to put that back up, and this time he's going to get the foul. Lucas Carlson there for the foul. Beal and Padley come back into the game for the 2 teams. Struthers checks out, and Kenty is back in the game. Kenty left the game earlier with 2 fouls. Mills Paul now. Johnson there, the big foul, picks up the pick. Nice little kick out. Still trying to find a way to get that ball into Perry. Nice hustle there by Kenty. Padley with the 3. Caden Perry there to bring in the rebound. Big 3. Kenty with the big rebound, coming back the other way. Here Petrie, and he's going to be fouled on his way to the basket. Petrie misses the first one. McCormick comes into the game, and so does Jaden Linville, I should say. And Petrie misses both of his. Rose Paul drops that ball off to Linville. He back to Rose Paul back in the corner. Big cross court for a 3, and that's buried. Vincent McCormick there. The good look to put 34 points on the scoreboard. Capone Johnson now. Looking for the last shot of the half. Kenty on the kind of a moving screen there, kind of got away with it there with Kenty. Kenty so they called that foul on Caden Perry, trying to Xavier Petrie there in the paint. Trying to get it to Kenty. Kenty has it. Time runs out when he's trying to look for an opportunity to score. Hey, and that will be the end of the first half here. Battleground definitely showing that their height advantage and the abilities of the young man Caden Perry has been what it's all about in this first half. We'll see what the Chalk Talk has to bring up and how Heritage is going to be able to handle this young man in quarters 3 and 4. This is the EPS Sports Network. I'm Ron Lawrence, and this is Ryan Vassbinder. We'll be right back to start quarter 3. We'll see you then.
Evergreen Public Schools is Southwest Washington's largest school district and serves nearly 26,000 students in 37 schools. Day in and day out, hundreds of talented teachers, administrators, and support staff work to give students the skills they'll need to one day join a 21st century workforce. In February 2019, we'll be asking voters to approve a replacement, maintenance, and operations levy and a technology levy to help provide the kind of education that prepares students for the jobs of tomorrow.
The Evergreen School District is just grateful to the voters and the community that have supported our schools for so many years to help us provide the outstanding programming for our students.
Since our last levy, Evergreen Public Schools has reduced class sizes, strengthened career and college options while increasing on-time graduation rates, and improved school safety and security measures. Also, since our last levy, you will have heard about major changes in the way Washington State funds public schools. The state has increased its portion of the school's levy rate while placing a cap on what districts can raise through their own local levies. This shift in state funding has left a gap between the amount the state and federal government provides for education and the actual cost of education. These levies will cover the gap between what the state funds and what it actually costs to maintain vital educational programs, including programs beyond core academics.
State funding that we get is intended to pay for basic education. and it goes most of the way for paying for that. But the state does still allow us to be able to provide programs above and beyond what they define as basic education, and that comes out of our local levy dollars.
What are just some of the things this replacement levy will maintain and preserve? Roughly 80 teachers to help reduce class sizes, and funds for music programs, extracurricular activities, and our athletic programs.
The arts are so important to educating the whole child, and really an integral part of the education. The students learn creativity and teamwork and how to work through difficulty and challenge and through the arts classes. And so this support really helps our students be able to have the best education that they can.
Studies show that kids who participate in extracurricular activities, whether that be band, drama, clubs, or athletics, they perform better academically. They're more connected to their school and their school community.
You will be asked to consider a levy to replace the current one, which expires in 2019. The estimated cost per $1,000 of assessed home value is projected to be $1.50 in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Because of the new cap on local levies imposed by the state, that's even less than the rate of the current levy, a 53% reduction from 2018 to 2020. Not only that, but your overall school property tax burden will drop nearly 16% from 2018 to 2020. Now to our technology levy. While nearly every other school district in Clark County has previously run a technology levy, Evergreen has not, instead relying on general fund dollars. With the decrease in local levy capacity required by the state, a technology levy is now needed to maintain and enhance the commitment Evergreen Public Schools has made to getting 21st century learning technology into students' hands. Funds from the technology levy will be used for digital curriculum, keeping student laptops and other devices current, and enhancing our security technology and network infrastructure.
This levy is all about what we're all about, which is funding programs that have a direct impact for kids. And what we're all about is giving kids the skills, the life skills that are so important for them to succeed after they leave our system. And so in our minds, and I think in many people's minds, technology is such an important life skill to have. It's a tool, not an end in of itself, but we want every student to have that exposure and that competence and that skill.
The technology levy would add an additional 37 cents per $1,000 of assessed value for homeowners, but the overall local school's tax bill will still be about 40% less than the current local levy rate. In order for the technology levy to pass, both levies must pass with a 50% or more yes vote. Evergreen Public Schools is dedicated to fiscal responsibility and providing your community's next generation a world-class education.
It's so important that we use taxpayer money efficiently and effectively. Being good stewards of the taxpayer dollars is one of my primary interests of being on the school board. And it's so important that we ask judiciously our patrons to fund our schools. And the reason why is because we want our kids to be successful in life.
If you have questions about the replacement or technology levies, please send an email to community.relations@evergreenps.org or visit our website at evergreenps.org/levy.
Here's a look at how you can keep up to date with Evergreen Public Schools on social media. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/evergreenps. Follow us on Twitter at evergreenps. Our Instagram account is evergreen_public_schools. And check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/evergreenschools.
Twice each month at Endeavor Elementary School, it's a lunch gathering that spans the generations. The Lunch Buddies program pairs a group of second graders with neighbors from a senior living community just across the street. For some of these students, it's a chance to share stories with an older person they may not have in their own family.
These kids are all just really receptive to having an older adult pay attention to them and listen to their stories. And I think they really learn from each other. That's the best part, you know, different generations, and I learn something every session.
The lunchtime gathering is freewheeling and can touch on everything from video game dance moves to the latest video the kids have seen on YouTube.
And some kids on YouTube, they dressed up as ninjas, and they went and they would they got sandwiches and some water bottles, and they would donate it, and they would go around giving it to the homeless.
Well, I just love listening to the kids. They're so cute and they're so lively and kind of peps you up and makes you feel good.
It's wonderful. It lifts my spirits. And I remember I'm one of 6 children. I have 5 brothers. And when I was little, they just were there for me every step of the way. And it was fun growing up with a bunch of kids. And it brings back a lot of good memories.
And really, it's all just a chance to share stories that are timeless across generations. On this day, the Lunch Buddies were asked to talk about someone they admire. Dick Fillion was reminded of his teacher when he was the student's age.
This lady's name was Mrs. Scott, and believe it or not, she was my second grade teacher. And also both of my older sisters' second grade teachers. And I thought she was a really mean teacher because she made me work. And I was very shy, and I couldn't read very well. And she wouldn't let me go out to recess. She kept me in the room and taught me to read. And of course, that was also her time off when kids are out of the room for a minute, you know. But she spent that time on me, and I thought she was the meanest teacher in school. And because of that, I was a good reader and could speak up. A lot of the things that I learned in school, I learned from Mrs. Scott in second grade.
And that story is at the heart of what the Endeavor Lunch Buddies program hopes to accomplish. Little life lessons that students can carry with them just by sharing some time with friends over lunch.
Friendship transcends age.
As the program continues, the goal is to have the same group of students sharing lunch with the same group of neighbors through their 5th grade year at Endeavor.
Middle of the football field, catches it for a touchdown.
Would you look at that? Evergreen, would you look at that?
Cool with the big 3. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice. Alrighty, hey, welcome back here to the second half Battleground Heritage game we have here tonight. 34-17 is the score. All about Battleground that first half, and Perry. We'll see what the Chalk Talk had to say, how they are going to kind of slow this young man down and get themselves back in this game, Ryan.
Well, here's the thing. They've done it. I mean, they've held them to 2 points since the first 2 minutes in the first quarter. And I think the bigger question is Heritage hasn't made a free throw all night. They're 0 for 6 from the line, and that's got to change.
Yeah, it sure does. McCormick there with the 3 has to start this out. Pushing it to 20-point lead here. In the corner looking for somewhere to go. Kicks that back out. And off the miss. And the one thing you have to talk about defensively for Perry is how many times he has made the Heritage guys change their shot just because he's in the paint, you know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And at, 6'9"?
Yeah.
6'9", he's got the ability to do that.
Yeah, he'll change a few shots, won't he? Padley now gets the ball up to half court here. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson to Childs. Childs for the 3. That's going to be off. Rebound by Perry. McCormick now at the top of the key. Sets up the new play. 3-point air for Perry, and he buries that one. Drops it inside to Struthers. Struthers kicks it back out to Padley. Brown tries to get it in, backs away for the jumper. Good two. In the corner again is Perry, this time unable to get dropped. Johnson pushes the ball up the floor. Stutter steps, kicks it back out. 3 points there for Heritage. Coming back the other way, Childs credit for the three. McCormick now passing the ball back around. Tried to drop it down inside to Mills. Paul breaking to the basket. Childs gets the foul. That's 2 on Childs for the game. Out there in the corner, takes the look, decides against it, takes it to the hole. Nice little take. And Padley, right there. Once again, Caden Perry there to change the shot and got a piece of the ball. Childs pulls the three. He's going to get that one. Gets that one over the top of Hunter Holiday. Holiday to McCormick. McCormick looks at it. Changes his mind. Right at the top, and that's going to be off. Long rebound. Johnson's going to let that one go out of bounds. Johnson off the screen from Struthers, drops it to Struthers. Struthers unable to handle that ball in the paint. Turnover there. Hunter Holiday is going coast to coast, drops it off. Tries to get the dime over there to Beal. Beal unable to handle that one, goes out of bounds. Childs with a clean look, and he's going to bury the three.
That's his third in a row.
Trying to get him closer, trying to get him closer. McCormick now gets that ball down. Off the screen, looking for Hunter Holiday. Caden now up top. McCormick on the three, he buries his three. Johnson now pushes the ball hard and quick. Drops it down in the corner, running jumper over the top of Caden. Unable to get that one to drop. Another chance, another time when Perry makes his presence known. McCormick there with another three. I believe that's 3 for him in the third, isn't it?
It's 2.
It's 2 for him? That 3 bringing the lead back to 20. Padley looking for somebody to get the ball over to. Johnson looking, asking for it in the corner. Pulls up the 3, that's going to be long. Johnson's going to get called on the push. Kind of a soft, touchy foul there. Not quite sure that was a good one, but nevertheless it was called. Brown will come out of the game and Petrie checks in. Perry takes the ball up top, gives it to Holiday, Hunter Holiday, down into Petrie to Perry. He mishandles that one. Missed opportunity. He had Struthers back down into the paint. Johnson now walks the ball across midcourt. Childs now gives it to Petrie. Padley now, nice jab step, try to find an opening, unable to. Petrie drives in, running, and that's going to get rejected by Caden Perry once again. I mean, you definitely have to shoot that one up into the rafters if you don't want him to get his hands on it. Big pass to the top of the key. That was Child, sorry. Padley now thought about it, but Perry right there in his face. Padley will shoot from out there, and he buries that one. Beal goes for the long one. Perry, nice putback as he elevates well above everybody else. McCormick there for the steal. Struthers there for the steal back. Gives it to Childs. Childs definitely felt the presence of... Actually, he thought it was Perry, but it was actually Hunter Holiday. Made him change his shot, and he was nowhere around him. So I tell you what, his presence is felt even if he's not on that end of the court.
He certainly is. I mean, the kid is such an athlete.
Yeah, he sure is. And he's tall, so you know that's not always the combination.
And he's only a sophomore.
Yeah. I guess that's probably the most impressive part. Nice shot there by Brown. Hunter Holiday gets that ball off. Brown there to bring in that rebound. Gets it to the corner. Padley, nice little jab step, gets that in, kicks it out for the two. It's going to be off the front. Caden brings that one down. Hunter Holiday back to McCormick. McCormick at the top of the key. Millspaw back out to Perry. Drops it into Millspaw. Millspaw kicks it out for the three. That's going to be, off the mark. Caden right there to put that one back. And he will pick up the foul. Struthers has 3 now for the game. David Reed going to check into the game. Looks like he's got the shooter. Barton comes in for McCormick. Childs brings in the rebound. Gives it to Padley. Padley squares up. Decide not to pull the trigger. To Petrie, to back to Childs. Childs falls away jumper. Unable to get that one. I take that back. That was Struthers with the fall away jumper. Hayden asking for it again. And he is going to pick up the foul from Struthers and the bucket. Looks like he was going to do damage. I looked like we may have saw a little posterized shot there. That ball hadn't got knocked out of his hands.
Certainly could have.
Because he definitely had the elevation to flush that one.
He did.
Kenty now comes back in the game, replacing Struthers.
Yeah, that's Struthers' 4th personal foul on the night. He's going to put him in foul trouble.
I'd be in foul trouble trying to guard him too.
Oh, yeah.
Perry, it's the bucket, and he's going to come out of the game. Reed checks in for him. Childs now has the ball. Trying to get Petrie breaking. Mishandles it. Kenty backs him in. Unable to make the bucket, but Heritage gets the rebound. Clock Padley. Thought about taking it. Kicks it back out. Petrie with the fall away and off the rim. Millspaw is going to bring the ball up the floor. Reed now has the ball. Reed gives it to Hunter Holiday. Buries it all. Tried to get the 3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 in the books already. 55-34. Battleground still on top. They're just the height advantage. The shots are falling more for Battleground. You know, Battleground's always notoriously been a three-point shooting squad. They've always had a lot of kids who can shoot the three. And the fact that they got a 6'9" guy on the team, and they shoot threes, and the 6'9" guy can shoot threes. You know, it makes them a tough opponent. I mean, you know, I kind of wondered why the overall score kind of looks the way it does in the lesser conference, and then you take a peek at the age on this basketball team. You know, the biggest man out there is the youngest man out there, senior heavy, but their go-to guy is only a sophomore.
I mean, and it's going to be exciting to watch these next couple years as Caden Perry continues to mature and his body fills out and he just becomes stronger. He's going to be to watch.
Yeah, he sure is. He sure is. A whole lot of fun to watch.
I mean, I think that first dunk he put down tonight, I think he took off from about the free throw line.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, here we go. We're going to start this fourth and final quarter here. Xavier Petrie is the point guard. Motion offense. Petrie looking to find some down in. Kenty kicks it back out. Nice little take to the basket. Now they're going to kick it to Childs in the corner for the three. Nice ball movement on that. And they're able to find 3 points at the end of it. Battleground with a three. Child pulls down the rebound. Sense of urgency here for the Heritage Timberwolves. Nice little rebound. Brown kicks it to Padley. Padley to Brown. Brown's got a clean look. That's going to be way off the mark. Mills ball brings the ball up the floor. Reed now kicks it back over. Mills Paul takes a peek and rises in the middle of the key. Not able to get that one to drop. Falls a little short. Padley now being D'd up by McCormick. A little sportsmanship there as McCormick helps Padley off the carpet. Padley now decides he's going to take this one, and he is going to get called on the travel. Good defense there by Barton. Barton now brings that ball out. Hunter Holiday looking to get that ball off. McCormick, it's a screen by Reed. Reed falls away, and that's going to drop again. McCormick with another three from the top of the key. Brown kicks that to Padley. Padley now is going to whip it around to the far side. Childs takes it in. Runner. Good shot. McCormick now sets it up. That's another big three by Battleground. Hunter Holiday, the man on that one. Padley tries to get one going the other way, unable to do so. Childs with the fall away from the top of the key. Kenty gets the bucket. We're going to call that one out on Brown. Trying to get that ball down to Hunter Holiday. Battleground will take the timeout. Ultimately, they're trying to get Caden Perry and Brendan Beal back into the game to finish out the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, we've been talking about Caden Perry all night, but what about tonight? He's got 18. and he's got, his last 3 buckets have been from behind the arc. I mean, he's showing up to play tonight.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. I mean, somebody else has got to take the slack off the young man here, because as they, he's 6'9", but he's still a sophomore. So, he can carry the team in some games, but as these guys start playing, more athletic squads, they're going to need somebody else to do something.
Right.
And the fact that Vincent McCormick can step up and hit 18 and still allow Perry to do what he does, that's a nice little combination.
Yeah, for sure.
Beal at the top. McCormick's dropping that into Kenny. Nice drop step, but he's going to get fouled. They're going to call that on Kente. Heritage is trying to do a good job. Whenever Perry gets the ball, they collapse on him hard and fast. They're not making it easy for the young man. One of the things he's going to have to learn is when they collapse on him right that hard, to kick it back out.
Right.
And let one of his other guys score on that run, because then they're not going to be so quick to crash on him. And then that'll allow him to give him some space to do what he does. Johnson across. Kente now looking to get movement. Childs. Brown now. Everybody's trying to get into the key. There we go. And still, nice little pass there by Brown. Gets that down to Kente. Nice little screen there for Hunter Holiday. He's right there to put it up over Johnson. Childs now dribbles that, kicks that back to Brown. Brown jab step, gets himself in the key. Back out. Childs, as he rolls into the key, kicks it out to Brown. Brown hits the 3. Nice ball movement on that play. Three attempt there by Mills, Paul. Nice little drop to Kente. He unable to get that one in. Once again, Hayden Perry changed shots. Battleground gets the rebound, coming back the other way. McCormick slows everything down. They're going to run a set play here. Oh, McCormick decides he's going to take this himself. Unable to get that one. Johnson now kicks it out to the corner. 3 points. That's going to be Childs now. McCormick back to Beal. Into Caden. Caden's going to kick that to McCormick again. Hunter Holiday still looking to get that ball. Nice battle down there in the paint between Kente and Perry. Perry's going to ride the hip of Kente to kind of get himself in. He's going to get called for the push. That makes 65. Kente comes back out. Struthers checks out. Struthers checks in. Kente comes out, and also Petrie comes out of the game. Jared Padley back in. There we go. Now this time, coaching staff for Heritage thinking that possibly was a goaltend. Looks like the ball may have still been going up when he put his hands on it. But you know, you got a 6'9" man, and his armpit is practically over the rim.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I don't know, it was a close call from my vantage point.
Yeah,
you know, and it's one of those things. When the kid makes that athletic play, I mean, you almost give you give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, right. You know, things like that. Sometimes you just get caught looking.
Yeah.
And you're just as amazed as the rest of us, and they forget they're doing a job out there. You know, but when you see a sophomore jump that high. All right, we're Battleground. Heritage back on the court here. 2:25 left to play in this game. Battleground commanding lead. Heritage full court press. They're going to trap every time the ball's picked up, looks like. McCormick decides he's going to take this one to the basket. "12 seconds left on the shot clock. Hunter Holiday being guarded heavily by Johnson. This time, Caden Perry's going to get called for the 3 seconds. First time that's been called tonight. Padley now fronts up the basket, decides to take that one in, kicks it back out to Struthers. Struthers there for the 2 points. Mills Paul. Johnson all over him, gets that ball over to McCormick. Caden's coming high on the court, and he is just going to back Struthers all the way down into the paint and spin move on him for the bucket. Childs up top. Rebound by Hunter Holiday. Another timeout here, trying to get it figured out. Heritage's defense getting a little more aggressive, playing trap. Once the ball's picked, you pick up your dribble. They're trapping everybody. Battleground has just emptied the bench.
Yeah, with less than a minute play, I mean, the game's all but over. You know, I admired watching the Heritage fight. You know, they were never really in the ball game. But if you were to watch it and not see the scoreboard, you would think it was a close game all night long.
Yeah, you sure would. They did hustle and tried their hardest. Right, they're the size and Caden Perry. Battleground with the turnover. Padley's going to get fouled on his way to the bucket. Colin Barton is going to get called for the foul. First team foul for Battleground in this entire second half. So played some clean basketball up till that point. Xavier Petrie comes into the game. Keeler Struthers is now checked out. Padley makes both of them. Nice little take. Right there in the bucket, number 24, Cole Bowden. Johnson forces his way. Leans in on Reed to pick up the foul. In the old-fashioned three-point play. Tried to get a nice little alley-oop to Bowden. Wasn't able to get to finish that one. And as time expires, Battleground 69, Heritage 55. Conversation of this game is going to have to be Caden Perry, just because of his physical stature and his athletic ability. But we can't take anything away from Vincent McCormick, who put a lot of points on the board for him.
He certainly did. I mean, you know, Perry ended up with 21. McCormick ended up with 18 on the Battleground side. You know, they both of them played a great game. I mean, you know, to watch Caden Perry be able to drive the ball into the hoop, but then he can step outside behind the arc and shoot the three ball as well. I mean, it's unbelievable with how athletic that kid is.
Yeah, it sure is. Hey, so we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This is our first broadcast of 2019 for the EPS Sports Network. I'm Rodney Lawrence, Ryan Vassbinder. Catch us out there a couple of more times this month, and hope you guys can stick in there with us. You guys have a great evening, and good night.